Hello, Alma's recipes again here. Today we are going to learn how to make cheese enchiladas, something really easy, so vamos a empezar. You'll need 10 chiles California, 4 Pasilla Ancho Chile pups. If you cannot find Chile California, you can substitute for Chile Guajillo. And if you like your enchiladas like very spicy, you can add Chile de Arbol, like 4 or 5, 1 onion, 2 garlics, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. 2 10 ounces packet of queso fresco, ranchero, crema fresca, and 10 corn tortillas, canola oil, 6.5 cup of water. You also need a blender and a pat with the lid and a comal, but if you don't have it, you can just use a regular pan to heat the tortillas. A dish that you can put it in the oven. Optional to service is lettuce and avocado. I just filled my pot with 5 cups of water, so I'm going to let it heat up. In the meantime, I'm going to be moving to prepare my chiles because I need the water to be hot. Okay, we are going to start to taking the seed on my chiles, so I'm going to cut the top. After I cut it, I'm going to cut it right here, all the way to the end. And I'm going to take the seeds. If you don't want to use it with touch it with your hands, you can put rubber gloves. Cut it in half here, open it. Now we're gonna start with the pasilla. We do the same thing. We're gonna cut the top. We're gonna take the seed, do exactly the same thing. The main thing we wanted to make sure we take all the seeds. Okay, I'm done to taking the seed to my chile. So I did touch it with my hands. Make sure you rinse it out very well so you don't touch your eyes and then you get spicy in your eyes. It's really bad. Rinse it really well, otherwise you can use some gloves. Okay, my water is boiled now, so I'm going to add my chili and my onions and my 2 garlic. And we're just going to let it boil for 1 minute, and we're going to cover and we are going to turn it up. It's been 2 minutes since my chili's been in the hot water, so boiled, so I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to cover it back again. In the meantime, I'm going to go prepare my cheese and my onions. I'm gonna chop my onions now. We want kind of fine. I always like my chop by hand. I don't like to use process. So I'm using half an onion. I just chopped my onion, like half an onion, and I cut like a 1 cup onions, and we're just gonna add it here. Next, we're gonna just shred the cheese in small pieces into our onions. We're just gonna add 1 packet of cheese and our onions, and this is ready for our enchiladas. I am using queso fresco, but if you don't like queso fresco, you can use mozzarella or any other cheese you like. It's time to blend our chili, so we're gonna put all the chilies here, like the all moistures now, you see. And I put like a quarter on an onion or little piece, so we are going to use the 2. We're gonna put it here. And I also put my garlic here, see, so I'm gonna put it in there too. And here's my other garlic. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, and I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Okay, now it's time to blender. My chili comes a little bit thick, so I'm gonna add another half a cup of water. We are going to start in lower because we don't want it to splash all over. We want it like thick, but not too thick, so this is a good consistency. So I'm thinking you will need 1.5 cups. We are going to fry our chile, so we're gonna use medium heat, and we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of oil. We're gonna fry our salsa for like 7 minutes. And we gotta make sure we move it all the time or put the cover, the lid, because otherwise it splash all over the stove. It's a big mess, so that's why we constantly have to stir it all the time. Gonna let it heat for at least 1 minute or 2 minutes. My pan has been heating for 1 minute. I'm gonna add my salsa. And you remember what I told you when we had to stir all the time is because it's splashed all over. Now I'm gonna let cook my salsa for 7 minutes and stir the whole time. You can stir the whole time, or you can add the lid, because if you leave it like that, it's gonna splash up when it starts boiling. But we are going to cook in medium flame. Okay, my salsa's been cooking for 7 minutes, and I've been stirring for 7 minutes. So now I'm gonna turn up the stove, and my salsa's done. Okay, my pan has been heating for 2 or 3 minutes. You'll know when it's hot. So the next thing, I don't like to use a lot of oil, so I'm just gonna use something like that. And I just flip my tortilla, both sides, without that one. So get oil on both sides. Mostly when they do the tortillas, they stick it in a lot of oil. I don't want that. The less oil we use, the better. When you make the enchiladas, you put like a lot of oil to the tortilla, but it's flashed all over. So I'm trying to do it in a little different way. So when you know the tortillas is done, is when it's really easy to move, like they're not gonna break. Look, this is done. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna put all the tortillas in one pile. And we're gonna repeat the same process. Add a little bit more oil. It's time to assemble my enchiladas. I'm gonna put my tortilla in here. I'm gonna put it in here. 1/8 cup of cheese and onions. And I'm gonna roll it. And then I'm gonna put it in here. Just remember, I'm making with cheese, but you can also make it with chicken if you wish, and beef. The last thing we are going to do, we're going to put it in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. Just to heat a little, cook a little bit the onions, and that's it. My enchiladas has been for 10 minutes, and I'm going to take it now. There you have it. They don't change the smell. Just to heat it a little bit. I had salsa left over, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add it on top. I just served my enchiladas. You can add lettuce, avocado, tomatoes, cream. They look beautiful. If anything you don't like, you don't have to use it. But that's how they look. When you see it in the pan, they might look a little dry, but when you dress it up, they look okay. And then I have also some salsa left over, so you can also put it in there if you wish, or you can make more enchiladas. I only make 12, but you have more salsa where you can add more. Okay, that's it for this video. The enchiladas are really easy. They don't take a lot of time. Hopefully you try. And remember, these ones are mild and they're not spicy. If you want to make it more spicy, just add Chile de Arbol. And hasta la vista.